Hello YouTube, KoBra here, and yeah, I'm playing World of Warplanes as you can see. And I wanted to share something with you that I recently found out about this game. So yeah, I think I've been playing this game for a few months now, and I'm actually quite enjoying it, which was a surprise to me because I heard a lot of bad stories about it. But I think it's a fun game, and coming from World of Tanks, I think it's not worse or better than Wolf Tank, it's just different. And yeah, it's a nice change of pace when you're playing Wolf Tanks a lot. So yeah, if you didn't try it before and maybe you're an avid World of Tanks player or maybe War Thunder or not even something like it, but yeah, definitely give it a try. It's free and yeah, it's a nice game in my opinion. But yeah, what I've been finding out recently, or actually a friend of mine found out when I showed the game to him, was yeah, that there are actually not that many players in this game, and yeah, I'll show what I mean by showing you a game I recently played. So this is the one, and you can see it's no, that's the battle duration here. It's the morning, Saturday morning, so maybe that might also be a cause. But when I go to the team score, yeah, maybe you don't understand any of this, but it doesn't matter. But here you see all the players. The battles are 12 versus 12. In contrast, by the way, to World of Tanks, where you fight with 15 against 15. But yeah, it fits. It's nice. I think the battlefield would be too crowded here with 15 versus 15. But when you look to the player names, so Lord, René, Kurt, maybe something occurs to you, and yeah, like my own name has some numbers in it. You see here the Dutch Gaming, and there's actually he's part of a clan or whatever it's called in World of Warplanes. And here you see some names, but a lot of names are quite simple and yeah, like what's going on. And then you look behind it and you see that you can you have some options with certain players, and you, like, I can invite this player to my friend list, and I can look up his service record, or yeah, battle results as it's called here. So cool, you can all skip through that, but then you see that some players I cannot do that. I can see what they achieved, but yeah, I cannot invite them to my friends list or something, and that's because they are bots. They are bots put in the game by World of Warplanes themselves, and while they're quite, like, I didn't notice it for quite some time that they are bots, so I think they're actually quite good bots, and it's not that bad to play against bots, but yeah, since I found out that there are so many bots in the game, it still quite changed how I perceive the game, and it became a little bit less fun. So that's a shame. But you can actually see that 1, 2, 3, 4, and myself, and also 5 on the enemy team. So actually, from the 24 players between quotation marks in this game, we only have 10 real players, and that's yeah, it's kind of weird. And you can also see that they're distributed evenly over the team, and they're also doing, some are doing very well. So yeah, me myself here, I ended on top, and on the enemy team there's a player on top, but there's also one at the bottom. So yeah, it's like the bots are not very bad, but when you have a little bit decent players, then I think it's not that hard to do better than a bot, because usually when you understand the game quite well, you will end up in a range, I think, between 5 and 10,000 personal points. So yeah, okay, the bots are alright, but yeah, it would definitely be more fun if you would have all player teams, just like in World of Tanks. At least I think there are all players there. I have to check, but yeah, World of Tanks is quite popular, so they have a lot more players active at, well, I think every time of the week. I think even if you're playing at midnight, you will have yeah, a lot of players online. Yeah, so I wanted to notice this to you. Maybe you are playing this game, and maybe you already knew, maybe you didn't, but it was quite a shock to me. And yeah, I actually am planning to do some gameplay videos, put them on YouTube, and to show people that the game is quite fun, and it's improved quite a lot since it came out of beta. And yeah, it's actually nice because I just watched a video from Jingles. It was I think from 2 years ago. Yeah, and it was about a new update from World of Warplanes. I think it was 2.0, and yeah, right now it's 2.1.1 or something, I guess. I have to look it up, but he was quite positive about the game, and he actually made some remarks about that. World of Warplanes could use his a quote from him that the game doesn't suck anymore. So yeah, yeah, I think it's nice that he changed his opinion about it. But I think he's right. That I didn't play it back in a day, but I did watch some videos about it, and yeah, I think the graphics improved quite a lot, and this is the SD client, so yeah, not like in World of Tanks. All the I think I'm not sure if all the things have HD models, but like the planes in this game don't, I think. So when you zoom in, for example, yeah, on this plane, like what I don't like is that it has a large cannon and it's not that detailed. So when you look at it, it's just, yeah, it doesn't look so nice. There's some kind of muzzle brake at the end, and you cannot like see through it. There are, like for example, a lot of details in the cockpit, so that's nice again. But then when you look at the engine, it's yeah, it's not HD. Let's put it like that. But I think the gameplay is quite nice, and it has become a lot more dynamic since they added bombers in the game. So now, just like World of Tanks, there are 5 types of airplanes. So I think I have them all in my garage. So yeah, you see here a ground attack aircraft. So they, yeah, to describe it briefly, they fly very low and they are meant to, yeah, as the name suggests, attack ground targets with very large guns, but also with rockets and with bombs. Then you have the bombers. In contrast, they fly very high and they only use bombs, and they can defend themselves by those turrets sticking out here. It's not that easy defending yourself, but yeah, from time to time it works. And yeah, because you're at that high altitude, it makes the game a little bit more dynamic, because you don't know where the enemy will be coming from, if you will have attack aircraft or bombers attacking your sectors. And of course you also have fighters, and then you have heavy fighters like this one, and they also have some bombs and some rockets, so they can also attack some ground targets. So yeah, the game is quite dynamic, and those planes are meant to, yeah, actually attack the bombers and the attack aircraft. They have usually some larger caliber guns to shoot down those aircraft, and yeah, this is actually not such a classical example because it only has 120mm cannon. So some small fighters are more heavily armed than this one, but yeah, they generally can reach up to quite high altitudes, and up those altitudes they are actually quite maneuverable. So at low altitudes you should not go toe to toe with a fighter, but at high altitudes you can do quite some tricky stuff. And then you have the multi-rolls. This is a Thunderbolt. They are a little bit more maneuverable, and they also carry some bombs and rockets. But they are, yeah, as the name suggests, they can fit multiple roles. So they can fight with fighters, but they are generally not so good in horizontal maneuvering, and you have to use some more advanced tactics to come out of the fight unharmed. And then lastly you have the fighters. So as far as I found in this game, they never carry like bombs or rockets. They are just not suited for attacking ground targets. Only attacking smaller aircraft. So for example, you can also attack ground attack aircraft with them, but they do not wield so large weapons. So they will take quite some time to destroy the larger aircraft, but they can really defend sectors well, and they are really fast, and yeah, they are just what I think the general public will see in a fighter, just very maneuverable, and yeah, making jinking and dodging to get onto the tail of another aircraft, and they're, yeah, generally quite fun to play. But I really don't have like a preference for one type of aircraft, because they are all fun to play from time to time. And yeah, if you're going to give the game a try, I would also suggest that you check out all the different types of aircraft. It's quite fun. They're even in a slight way comparable to the 5 types involved things, but I will not go into that now. But yeah, it's a nice game, and I think it's a shame that there are quite a lot of bots that you're playing against. But I think when people will see that the game is, yeah, has improved quite a bit over time, yeah, I think people will start playing it more, and then the battles will also get more fun because, yeah, of course, bots are doing the same thing over and over again, and players will find out new tactics, just like in World of Tanks. And I think the game will, yeah, will improve quite a bit. So definitely check it out. Yeah, it's free, as I said, so give it a try. Otherwise, you can always delete it again, especially when you're into World of Tanks. Then I think you could give it a try. Probably you will already have looked into the difference between World of Tanks and War Thunder. And I think the same differences hold between, yeah, like the aircraft in War Thunder and this game. So this is more arcade style. But if you're more into that, then I think, yeah, you're going to have a good time. It doesn't have a very steep learning curve, in my opinion. It's they have made some. I can actually show you. They have made some videos about the different types of planes you can fly. So yeah, just in the game client you can launch those videos, and they are available for all the different aircraft. So it's quite easy to learn, and yeah, then you can when you have the planes under control, you can skip to the tactics that you want to use, and the gameplay is also, I think, even more diverse than World of Tanks, because there you just have your base always, and here you have different bases that you can capture, and they have different, yeah, how to say, different skills and perks going for it. So some of the sectors will give you like an additional airbase that you can spawn from, because unlike World of Tanks, you can you're not like when you're destroyed in battle, you can spawn again, and yeah, called sorties. So that's nice, especially when beginning the game. Then if you make a mistake, then you're not immediately out of the game, and you can just yeah, rise again from a new landing strip. Yeah, and you also have like, for example, the mining plant is a sector you can capture. It's a little bit more hard to capture because there are a lot of armored ground targets there, so you probably need a bomber or an attack aircraft for it. But they will give a bonus to the resources over a time span of 2 minutes, I would say. So yeah, you can figure out what's the best sector to capture early game, and yeah, when to capture other sectors, when to focus the enemy team, and to focus the defense aircraft from sectors. And yeah, it's I think when I'm going into that, I will keep talking for another 30 minutes or something. So I will keep it short this time. But yeah, definitely check it out, and it's a cool game. So that was it, and I see you guys next time. Later.